on this analyst desk, and we were like, yeah, Team Secret, I think could have got this in game number 3.
You could just be really cheesy here and say, you know, the audience are the real winners of this.
That's okay. No,
Actually, well, you know what? I'll you know, veto my own vote. Yeah, let's give the audience a chance. Audience, Navi. Yeah, you knew that was coming. All right, boys. Evil Geniuses versus Navi, game number 3, Toby1 and Milk. Give us a legendary cast.
Cap asking the most obvious question. Who does this crowd root for? Obviously, it is Navi. EG are playing away from home in this series. And they are also facing up against a team. Navi, just to put this in perspective, it was 8 days to the year that Navi were actually in a grand final. And you gotta date back to 2014 to actually find a time when Navi actually won a grand final, and that was in Romania for D2CL. It has been a while since Navi have really tasted the main stage grand final.
And now they're up against the reigning world champions in order for them to make a new grand final.
It's a tall ask, but it's definitely one where you can prove that you deserve to be there. And don't just say, well, we just kited through on a nice part of the bracket. Like, they will have to work very hard to win this game. The panel was leaning towards EG's draft, saying that it just feels more logical and comfortable. Are you with Blitz on this one?
Oh, definitely. EG's draft is very well rounded in what we describe as the current meta. They have all the heroes that are really good: Lion, Beastmaster, Bounty Hunter, Invoker, and then the Ursa. I really like that they picked the Ursa instead of the Spectre. They've had limited success with Spectre. I think throughout the tournament it has actually been... It's below 50% win rate. Maybe not because of MVP. But yeah, double bounty rune for Navi. Good start, good start. Last time we saw them get the double bounty rune to begin with, they beat Secret. Is this...
Obviously, game is won. We don't even need to look at the draft anymore. So, Seneko starts with presence here in the mid. They're trying to make it so Sumail can't get the upper hand up against Dendy. I'm also interested to see what Dendy wants to go for here, because he didn't have to go for Astral Imprisonment because they weren't contesting the runes. They moved as a full unit, so if he wants to, he can actually get Orb as well as Essence Aura because of this.
Yeah, and actually, for this reason alone, I prefer playing Chen on the Dire side myself, because Astral can go up and take their...
Oh, okay, they're going to use Astral to reposition. There's a little bit of help coming in from Fear with a stun from Seneko. Do they have enough? Astral rotating in. That Sunstrike looks to do a little bit of damage to Seneko. They could go for a little bit more. Fear's already grabbed one, but Fear will retreat back out. This is Fear, who's meant to actually have the influence to help EG find kills early on and restrict the movement of Artstyle. But all he can do is just watch his core in the mid die.
So Fear actually wasted a lot of time by going up to the Dire side camp, blocking that for 30 seconds just to make sure, or not for 30 seconds, he went up just to make sure that the 30-second spawn didn't come, thinking that that's where Artstyle were gonna go, but there was no way a Dire side Chen is ever gonna start on that camp, so that maybe speak a little to Fear's inexperience in playing Bounty Hunter against Chen. So Artstyle picks up the Radiant camp creep, and will now proceed to go into his own jungle after they secure that kill on the middle lane. They actually didn't even need him because of the huge damage output from the Outworld Devourer.
Why does this feel like Diniraz is looking to be more manly than anything else? No points up in press the attack. The panel was also talking about like how great that is. We were talking about it down here.
It's a female hero.
You're right. It is a man playing it though. But it's the fact that you're picking up the moment of courage, and you're heavily leveling this up early on. So it's the 1-1 now 2 build.
So the key to how Navi has been successful in these games is that they are winning 2 lanes at all times, the same way we saw EG yesterday against Empire. Just making sure that they're winning mid lane and the safe lane.
I better win a little bit more. Troll Trapper now picked up for Artstyle. Keep in mind too that Radiant Vision is primarily this very aggressive ward behind the tier 1 tower on the bottom lane. This is the only extra vision they have, so Artstyle's movements is not really being tracked at all. Same with Seneko. Seneko got scouted out in the mid lane primarily because he walked under a sentry ward while he was invis. But that kind of presence, it's forced Sumail to actually start jungling. Like, you got a 6-2 CS Invoker jungling while Dendy, he's 14-13 on this OD in the mid. This is what you would expect from a player like Dendy, especially when he's in form, and he's looking pretty damn good right now.
And Fear can't really disrupt Artstyle right now, especially because he's so close to Soneko, who's running around with not only Dust of Appearance, but also still has a Sentry Wall.
We're gonna go the stun over on Universe. Soneko, does he actually pop it? They see Fear as well. They've trapped him up. Universe survives an 80 HP. I'm looking to see if any extra attacks are flying in. They will not. The Axes really dropping Soneko down low, and that ball, that one attack. Soneko barely makes it. The tree line, the stun strike Soneko! Send this man to tap dance classes. He is able to dodge the stun strike coming out from Samael.
So if there's one glaring mistake to point out, it's that Soneko and Artstyle aren't really coordinated on these two gangs. On the mid lane, they went before Artstyle got there in time to land the Hoofstorm from the Centaur. And now on the top lane, Artstyle wasn't really in position to get off that net on the Beastmaster, so he was forced to use it on the Bounty Hunter instead, which in turn meant that they dealt 400 damage to each hero instead of netting a kill.
It does still have the, I don't think this is the desired effect, but it keeps the Beastmaster off the top lane. Universe has managed to find 4 levels in 4 minutes, and now it's up to Bounty Hunter to leech the experience. But it's the fact that Diddy Ra is going to be able to hit level 6, so these kills, even with the miscoordination, are going to become a lot easier for Navi, because they keep EG in their position, the one they start with.
Oh yeah, they definitely keep EG in check and maintain control of the game, but they could have already been further ahead.
Smoke movement now from Artstyle and Soneko. Easiest way to coordinate is to walk as one. And they can look down the bottom lane. They know they need to keep Arteezy in check.
The good kill is to get Arteezy before he hits 6, but PPD might, just run into him.
That courier. They're actually just ending up killing the courier instead. This will force Arteezy off the lane, and Artstyle will just grab himself a new creep, so he's got Troll Trapper plus the Wild Wing now.
And overall, it's a much better payday than getting any of these kills.
It also restricts the movement of EG, like if anyone's looking for a critical item right now. Like it's already difficult enough for the Invoker. He's still, like we have a jungling Invoker.
Oh, okay, Sumail has actually completely given up on the middle lane.
Yeah, he did it like half before, and then the rotation came again, and they just like he did it fully. And what can you do? Like you send Fear to the mid lane, but now he'll also get scattered. Walking underneath that sentry ward. He should know it's there considering their sentry in the mid got dewarded. And they never dewarded the deward.
That's already a moral loss right there, when you just completely abandon the middle lane of all lanes to just go jungle, because there's no way you can stand up against the hero in the middle lane. And so early on as well. It's not because there's a huge potential kill threat one-on-one against him. Sumail just doesn't feel like he can actually last hit against him, and that he will probably get ganked repeatedly.
Which is funny, because like it happens at exactly the same time as Navi move their supports down to the bottom lane.
And you gotta ask, is this a breakdown on EG's end? Because yesterday we saw that they were actually very on top of ganking ODs when they had the Lion and Invoker combo. And right now they've just completely given up.
It feels like something is wrong. Like there is a wheel slightly loose, but they have to put it back on nice and quick, or else Diddy Ra, he's going to get very, very close to picking up a Blink Dagger. That initiation is all in the hands here of Navi. General's also going to pick up his Chronosphere shortly. He's got Soneko sitting behind him as an extra supporter. And that is actually the kind of the downside about Navi, and where you look for the synergy from their lineup, that both General as well as Diddy Ra don't synergize at all. Like Chronosphere as well as Duel is not the combo you're looking for. Are they Fear? Arteezy is hiding in the trees, but he's getting ready to fight. General's got Chrono as well, so Soneko will get initiated on. If General needs to, he'll start creating spaces. None from PPD, very much off target. And any of that burst damage they throw out in General just instantly, it's rebutted by Time Walk.
Wow, that was so ballsy by General, just running around. Yeah, I bet you're gonna miss it.
Well, what do they got? Like Lion would need to be able to hit 1, the stun, and 2, the hex. Or else he's just gonna Time Walk off any of the damage which is dealt.
Oh yeah, but like, many players would have just chronoed to try and save their Vengeful. Committed the chrono right away. Instead, he just ran in front of them, taunting them.
Dandy can't get close enough to really kill the Invoker, or maybe he can. He's still enough intelligence. He can drop the hammer, finds the kill on the Invoker, then imprisons out the support. EG could have looked for something there, but Universe, he doesn't have the mana. Even at the end of his TP, he's short of his Primal Roar.
Well, back to the jungle, Sumail.
This can't be a thing. Like, even in the jungle, he was desperately scrambling to finish up Treads, but now Navi apply pressure on top. It's the Chen army combined with the Catapult. They will take this tier 1 town because it's the other downside about the EG supports. They've got no counter push. Beastmaster Axes are kind of like the only thing that's going to work for you. But if you get revealed in too close, the duel will come out. You'll have a Centaur Storm. You've actually got Chen, who's got the 2 points up and the nuke as well. The top tower is toast. Diddy Ra is now only like, he's a couple of 100 gold away from having that blink.
And that's